Jeremiah chapter 5 verse 28.
Go ahead.
They are waxing fat.
So now we're going to talk in two ways. We're going to talk about the politicians you're voting for and for the people you're aspiring to be or you behave like. Go ahead. Read that again.
They are waxing fat.
They are waxing fat. That means you're full of everything. You're full of money, full of everything. Pride. Go ahead.
They shine.
Uh-huh.
Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked.
So you shine, right? So everybody sees you. You're obvious. Everyone sees you when you're walking down. You shine. You overpass the deeds of the wicked. You don't even see what they do. You don't even acknowledge that they're wrong, even in your mind, because you're okay with them doing wrong. Go ahead.
They judge not the cause.
They judge not the cause. Go ahead.
The cause of the fatherless.
So that you don't judge the cause of the fatherless. You don't care about the ones that walk around and have no fathers. You don't care about the ones that have no lead, no one over them. You don't judge the cause. Go ahead.
Yet they prosper.
Yet you still prosper. You don't care about the kids or your neighborhood, yet you still prosper. You're still making money while they're living impoverished. Go ahead.
And the right of the needy do they not judge?
And the right of the needy do you not judge? You see people that need, but you don't judge it. You don't judge when people walk by, you kick them, spit at them, talk down to them, don't give them money, you won't judge it. The Most High is telling you to judge that. Make a judgment. Is that right or wrong? Fix it. Give him something. Or help them. Give him a cup of water. Do anything. He's telling you you are not judging it. You're walking by without judgment. Go ahead.
Shall I not visit for these things, saith the Most High?
So now he's saying, shall I not visit for these things? So what he's saying, shall I not, this is the Mashiach Yashaiyah, Christ, come off my throne and visit you for this? You wronged everybody and you think I'm not going to cause destruction? You think I'm not going to come see you? Go ahead.
Shall not my soul be avenged?
Shall not my soul be avenged? So the Most High is saying, every misjudgment you make, you're making me angry, and I will avenge my own soul as well as my people. Go ahead.
A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land.
So he said a wonderful and horrible thing. When we think wonderful, we think something glorious, but not in this instance. Wonderful, he's meaning you have to think about this because this is so far-fetched. It's a wonderful, go ahead. Something again, a wonderful and what?
A wonderful and horrible thing is committed.
So notice he's comparing wonderful and horrible together. So this is like, this thought is so outrageous, it's a horror. A wonderful and horrible thing has happened. Go ahead.
Is committed in the land.
Is committed in the land. Go ahead.
The prophets prophesy falsely.
So the preachers, the teachers, the political leaders, they prophesy falsely. They give you false information and false hope. Go ahead.
And the priests bear rule by their means.
And the priests bear rule by their means, by what they have, by what they're able to do, by what they want. Not so much what they can do for you or the Most High. They lie to you. Go ahead.
And my people love to have it so.
You love for politicians to lie to you. You love for the preacher to lie to you. That's why you keep going back to the church. That's why you keep voting. That's why the brother said earlier, you love smooth things because you love being lied to. Because when you're lied to, you can keep living the way you're living and you don't ever have to deal with the consequences of your decisions. So that's what that verse is saying. Read that again, the last part.
The prophets prophesy falsely.
So people are coming out here and teaching you, no, correction, no one's coming out here. That's the other problem. When you go to church, they're prophesying falsely. All they're telling you is God is love, God is love, God is love. Don't worry about anything. That's a lie. Go ahead.
The prophets prophesy falsely. And the priests bear rule by their means.
By whatever way they want, whatever they need to get out of it. Right, which is money, which is your tithes, and then have the people to fill the church. Read it again. Go ahead. The next line.
And my people love to have it so.
You skip the horrible, wonderful, or no?
That was good.
No. All right, Salaki. So yeah, your people love to have it so. You love to be lied to. Love to be lied to. We don't like the truth because when the truth comes out and you expose yourself to the truth, what happens? You become naked. Who told thou were naked? You are naked, you're exposed now. Now you're open to ridicule, you're open to punishment, and you now have to deal with it. So this is what this verse is talking about. So now, let's talk about the present day with it, right? We talked about voting and how that's a mistake. That you curse yourself when you put your trust in man, right? And we also went over the conditions that we're in, that we like to be lied to by our preachers and our teachers. So now let's talk about the day and time we're living in, why you should need to know voting doesn't work. That something is wrong. You know something is wrong when they're killing black people in the street, but you're still voting. Something has to click in your mind, voting is not working. You Because if things are supposed to be getting better all the way in 2018 and black people are getting shot, something's wrong. Because if they killed us in the past and they're killing us today, something's wrong. You're misunderstanding something. You're missing out on actually what's going on in the day and time that you're living in. Good? What you got? Read what you got, whatever.
And ye shall hear of wars.
Ye shall hear of wars. So this is what Christ is saying. Ye shall hear of wars. Do we not hear of wars in the daily? Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled.
See that ye be not troubled. I'm telling you, see that ye be troubled, because he's telling those who are following him, who are following the law, statutes, and commandments, see that ye be not troubled. But those of you who claim to love Christ and don't follow or do what he says, you should be troubled hearing the wars coming. You should be troubled seeing black people get killed on a regular basis. You should be troubled by them. But you're not, because you don't understand. You won't practice. You won't do what the Mashiach or the Messiah says. Good? You got anything?
For all these things must come to pass.
For all these things must come to pass. So let me say this real quick, right? For those of you who are under the understanding that a 400-year prophecy is coming, that's great. That's all well and good, but guess what? No real tribulation has come. So don't look for a sudden rescue all of a sudden just because it turns 2019. It could be 450 years for all you know. You still have to go through tribulation. You still have to be tried. You still have to earn your place. You still have to endure to the end. Why would Christ say endure to the end if he did not mean that? You're not just going to all of a sudden be free. That's not enduring. You're not even going through anything right now. You're passing up on everything. Any bit of trouble that comes to you, you blow by it. You pretend it doesn't happen. You don't want to deal with this. So you're not going through anything. What do you got on this?
Matthew 24:21.
Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 21.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
For then shall be great tribulation.
For then shall be great tribulation. The people that assume that Christ is going to come and he's going to whip them up out of the earth and they're going to go away, it's not going to happen.
That's right.
There's no coming out of your body and going to heaven. It does not exist. Go ahead.
That's right.
Such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time.
So he's saying the tribulation that is coming hasn't been since the beginning of the world. So think about how bad that is. How many times he had to destroy places? So since, before the flood. So after the flood, the wickedness that occurred then hasn't even occurred yet. And it's going to get worse than that. As you see Obama, right? Let's talk about the spirits of these presidents. Trump, right? What does his spirit do? He stirred up the spirit of the racists. He stirred up that latent demonic spirit that's in white people to hate black people again, right? That's how he made America great again. Obama before him, what did he do? He stirred up the spirit of the homosexuals and the transgenders. That's the spirit he stirred up, right? And let's go even before then. So you had economic trouble. You have the Clintons, right? Who everybody was like, oh, the Clintons were great, but then they're going over to Haiti, taking the natural resources and having the children taken from their homes and having pedophilic and homosexual acts performed on them. Every single president has done us wrong. That's right. Tribulations that haven't been since the time of the beginning is happening now. Do not be fooled by the name Democrat or Republican or liberal. They are all demonic. Every one of them was in office and you were killed every year that one of them was in office, and none of them did anything about it, nor will they. Go ahead.
For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time.
Go ahead.
No, nor ever shall be.
Right. So in other words, he said, no, not since the beginning of this world, nor shall ever be, meaning it's not going to happen again. This is the end. This is your last shot. You have no more time after this. The day all of us are gone, ourselves, the other schools and camps, your time has run out. Unless you repent, and that might be a part in the grace that the Most High gave you. You may not get it. So understand, he says it won't happen again. This is the last hurrah. This is the last age. We are out here to let you know that you need to figure it out and follow the law, statutes, and commandments in this book. Go ahead.
Verse 23.
Go ahead.
Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ.
So now, in the end, it's going to be so bad, right? You're going to have all these antichrists, all these people that all of a sudden know God. And be like, if any man says to you, here is Christ, he's pointing to him. Go ahead.
If any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is
Here's
Christ,
the Messiah. Go ahead.
or there, believe it not.
Believe it not. So in other words, it's going to be so bad, they're going to point and say, there's Christ, and there's going to be someone in his likeness, someone that might remember the word, someone that might speak the word. And what's going to happen, you're going to want to go to him because you're so afraid that you're trying to hold on to that last bit of thread that you remember about the word, and you're going to go to a false prophet. You're going to walk to an antichrist when things get bad. But Christ is telling you, when they say he's right there, don't go. Go ahead.
For there shall arise false Christs.
So there shall arise false Christs. Even in the world now, there's many false Christs. There shall arise many. Go ahead.
And false prophets.
And false prophets. They're not going to read out of this book. They're not going to use precept upon precept, line upon line, and tell you what's in this book. Go ahead.
And shall show great signs and wonders.
And they shall show great signs and wonders. They're going to be able to do miraculous things. They're going to be able to have the police force on their side. They're going to be able to have everything that's going to help them push that false doctrine, because the world is going to be on their side at that point. The world is going to be within the power of the Antichrist. Job 9:24. So let's prove that. So let's prove that this world is wicked. And then I'm going to ask you one other question, then I'm going to get out of here. So now, who runs this world? Brother, you know who runs this world? Same brother with the great suit. You know who runs the world?
Brother, I've been doing this with y'all for 30 years.
But do you know the answer to that question? You know, no respect is the Bible says no respect.
Long before you got here.
Right, the Bible says no respect.
30 years. 30 years I've been doing this with you. 30 years before you even got here.
Yeah, good. All right, go ahead. Here's the answer to that question. Go ahead, read it for him.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 22.
Go ahead.
This is one thing,
No,
therefore
24.
the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into who?
The hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? The whole earth, which means what? The whole planet. So now, let me ask you this question. If the whole earth is given into the hand of the wicked, hit John 3:16. You know what John 3:16 is? You know what it is? John 3:16. So now we just heard what? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? That means the wicked runs the earth. So what does this mean? John chapter 3, verse 16.
The book of John, chapter 3, verse 16.
Go ahead.
For the Most High so loved the world.
Read it as it is so they understand.
For God so loved the
For
world
God so loved the world
that he gave his only begotten Son,
He gave his only begotten Son,
that whosoever believeth in him
whosoever believeth in him
should not perish,
should not perish.
but have everlasting life.
So if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, and God gave his only begotten Son, is that a contradiction? Or is it maybe a misunderstanding of what he did with his Son? Because if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, that must mean the world. Notice he used earth and he used world. Two different words. Can mean the same thing, but don't always mean the same thing. The earth is this entire planet. The world can be a section, it can be a philosophy, it can be a thought, right? If I say I go inside people's houses and punch them in the face, you say not in my world, you just showed me that you have your own world, your own philosophy and thought process. So when he says he gave his Son to the world, that means those who accept him, the Israelites, those who follow his law, statutes, and commandments, not the whole planet. Right? Because he said whosoever, just take out the S, it's the same word. Whoever believes in him. Whoever doesn't mean everybody, does it? If I say whoever's in the store, I got money for you, does that mean the people out here? No. So whoever means specifically the group I'm talking to and out of them. So go ahead and read that again, John 3:16.
The book of John, chapter 3, verse 16.
So now starting from the top, something else we missed, right? Because we always talk about the love of Christ, but we don't pay attention to the first few words. Starting from the top.
For God so loved the world.
For the Father so loved the world. But we've been taught the Father of the Old Testament is evil, is mean, and he destroys things. Read it from the top again.
For God so loved the world.
So the King, the ruler of all, loved the world, and what did he do?
That he gave his only begotten Son.
So he loved the world so much, he gave his Son, his representative, his similitude, his image. Go ahead.
That whosoever believeth in him
Whoever's out here, go ahead.
should not perish,
shouldn't die. Go ahead.
but have everlasting life.
Whoever believes in him should have everything. It's not a guarantee. Go ahead. Read, pull that up. So think about that. The Father loved the world, but what did they teach in church? That he doesn't. That he destroys everything. But this is the New Testament saying that he so loved the world, he gave his son. So think about how much love you have that you're willing to sacrifice your child just so everyone else that believes in you can live. That's a lot of love. Right? And then the son was willing to die. Go ahead. What do you got?
The book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 21.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Most High
Whosoever, whoever, anybody, go ahead,
shall be saved.
shall be saved. Whoever. So I'm like, if I go in a room and there's all these people like, oh, somebody took my money, whoever took it, put it back. I'm talking to a specific person, but I'm throwing it out to everybody. So that's why it says, many are called, few are chosen. I'll yell it out to the world, but I only want a certain amount. I don't want everybody. John 17 and 9. I'm going to continue to prove, John 17 and 9, you got that? Continue to prove that the Most High does not love everybody. Okay, go ahead.
Ye men of Israel,
Go ahead.
hear these words.
So specifically, ye men of Israel hear these words. This is the New Testament. Go ahead. That's all right. So notice, who's he addressing? Ye men of Israel. Ye women of Israel. Go ahead. Or whenever you get it. So now we're dealing with, does God love everybody? And he does not.
The book of John, chapter 17, verse 9.
Go ahead.
I pray for them.
I pray for them. So now notice, them. It's a specific group. It's away from him. I pray for them, that group. Go ahead.
I pray not for the world.
So notice, he now says, I pray for them, I pray not for the world. He does not want everybody. But go ahead, finish it.
But for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine.
Okay, for them which thou hast given me. In other words, whoever the Father gave me, I pray for them. Whoever believed in me, I pray for them, not the world, not everybody else. He's clear as day saying that. He does not pray for everybody. Think about that. If Christ or the Messiah is the intercession between us and the Father, and he doesn't pray for everybody, then he's not for everybody. Right? Let me get Proverbs 8. I'm going to finish it with that one. I think it might be 30 something, where it says I looked in the Yeah, Proverbs 8, I believe it's. So now, think about this. So we just realized Christ, the Mashiach Yahawashi, does not pray for everyone. He does not pray for the world. He does not love everybody. Right?
Yeah, 17.
All right, 17. Go ahead.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 17.
Listen.
I love them that love me.
I love them that love me. That's a very specific statement, right? That's conditional. I love them that love me, which means what? I don't love everybody. I don't pray for the world. Whosoever believes in me. I want a specific group of people. I don't want everybody, because not everybody's worthy of me. And on that, I'm going to say shalom.
Shalom.